So it is morning time. I've taken my walk, and I am going to try this new Mountain Dew flavor. They always have a new one for the holidays and for not 7-Eleven. What's 4th of July? Last year's flavor was ginger smash or something. It was a gingerbread thing. It was okay. But this one is fruit quake. And I'm going to try it. Maybe they've already had this for years. I have no idea. Has like a berry taste to it, and then it tastes like if you mixed Blue Voltage and a little bit of the Red Code and maybe some of the white Mountain Dew. I think that's what that kind of tastes like. But yeah, that's all I got. That's really it. Now for the rest of the day, I'm going to drink water and go to class and do all my things. This building is my favorite building on the entire campus. It looks, I don't even care how it looks. I think I like how it's always empty and how the bathrooms are like the greatest thing on campus here, or at least here in this section of campus. And how it clears out by like 5 o'clock, so you can like sit in any classroom and do any kind of work you wanted. Look at them lights, bro. There you go. Hold on, I need to. Yeah, see, much better. It's like HD actually. But yeah, I love favorite classroom. So glad I have classes here. I think this will be the last semester I have classes here. So I only have, I think one of them's online next semester, the other one's, I don't know about the other one. Look at the trash. Yum, yum, yum. But yeah, love this place. Greatest thing about this university. And they always have free pencils on the ground. That's always fun. So, it's the end of the day, and I have been able to start a paper that is due in a week from tomorrow. I also have a number of other papers due. One of them is tedious and stupid. The other one is not tedious and stupid. They're all very... Did I have anything to say for this last part of the video? I don't think I did. Yes, I did. Okay, so we're going to talk about college football for about 3 minutes. To start off, Luke Fickell got hired at Wisconsin, which I think is a great idea. I predicted that Wisconsin... No, I didn't predict. I had said that I think Wisconsin should do a Brian Kelly LSU type hire with someone out of nowhere that no one else was expecting. I personally was not expecting it. I don't think anyone else was. Very happy they did it. I'm very happy that they have decided to go the direction of, instead of being a Wisconsin guy, just be a football coach that knows how to win games. As for Jim Leonhard, I think he would be a very good coach for a team like Colorado. Allow him to build his resume through years, and hopefully that would work out. I think it would work out just fine. I think the Pac-12 is a good... Pac-12 or AAC, two good conferences I think he would do pretty well in. Now, will that happen? I don't know. Him at Wisconsin would have been good too, but thinking about Luke Fickell and now thinking about Jim Leonhard, I don't know what differences he would make in terms of modernizing the offense to compete at the level of USC, UCLA, Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State. Are those the only good teams in the Big Ten? Yeah. So, I think if you want something, Luke Fickell is the guy to give it to you. As talked about like 2 or 3 years ago when Michigan fans wanted Luke Fickell to be hired instead of Jim Harbaugh because they wanted Jim Harbaugh fired. I think he's apparently a really good recruiter, so that's wonderful. If he's that good a recruiter, he'll be probably if he's that good of a recruiter, he'll probably be able to go and reach out to teams in California and bring people over from there and wherever. But yeah, so that's a good one. Over to Iowa. I think Iowa should probably get rid of Kirk. Is that his name? I don't know his actual name. I'm being honest with you. I just know his last name starts with an F. It sounds like Fernads. I probably should have learned it before I said it, but whatever. Anyway, not that he's a bad coach, but I think that if you want to compete with Luke at Wisconsin and all the other teams that have decided to modernize in the Big Ten instead of just run the ball, you're going to either A, need a new coach, or B, need a whole new staff in terms of your offensive play calling and things of that nature. I don't know who you would hire. I haven't even thought about a job or a coach for that job. But it would be interesting to see who they hire and if they hire. I know they will. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. It will happen at some point. I think could happen during the off season, or it could happen at the end of next season if they get completely utterly destroyed by any team that is a rival. Yeah. All right. So on to Ohio State. They got beat by Michigan 45-23. People are upset. They're upset at the defensive coordinator. If I had to guess, this is a very weird, strange guess, but this is a vision of mine that Jim Leonhard ends up at Ohio State as a defensive coordinator. Now, I don't know personally if he would want to be a defensive coordinator continuing on, or if he wants to be a head coach. I think if things don't work out in any head coaching position anywhere that he wants to be, I think he might take that job as the defensive coordinator. Not that the guy's been fired yet, but I think he will be maybe not fired, but he might get like an assistant like Jim Leonhard. And it would be very interesting to see what that type of defense would bring for Ohio State. And it would suck for Wisconsin fans to see that man go to, I don't know if they're the rival, but the big bad wolf in the Big Ten, but be interesting. On to the Southeastern Conference. LSU lost to Texas A&M by 7 points, I think, or maybe it was more than that. Either way, good on Texas A&M. I think Texas A&M is a pretty good team. I don't think that they're going to be horrible next year. I think next year they actually might beat Alabama. I'm going to say that here. And I think they actually might go on a run next year. I think they have people that they want on their team now, and I think they know what they want to do. I think Jimbo Fisher will be able to reevaluate some things. He might even, maybe Jim Leonhard might go down there and be a defensive coordinator. I don't know. But yeah, I think they'll be really good next year. And I think the last game of the season for playing LSU again next year will be one of the top games to watch. On to the playoff. I think the playoff will end with, I think TCU will make the playoff. I think Michigan will make the playoff. I think Georgia will make the playoff. As for Ohio State or Alabama, I think they're going to take Alabama over, I don't even know who's ranked. Oh, no, I'm sorry. If USC wins, USC will make the playoff. And that will make it, I think, for the first time this year that there will be, TCU, USC, Michigan, and Georgia. So, TCU, Big 12, USC, Pac-12, Michigan, Big 10, Georgia, SEC. So, like the Power 5, but 4 of them are in. So, that's great. That's honestly what I'm hoping for, but I think that's what will happen. Only because there's just, unless one of the big guys gets hurt, I think it's a wash. I cannot wait for those games. I think it'll be TCU and Georgia for one of the games, and Michigan and USC for the other. Although, I think that's how it'll be. And I think people will probably want, I think Georgia will beat TCU. Actually, no. I think TCU will beat Georgia, and I think USC. No, that's a hard one. USC or Michigan. I think Michigan would beat USC, and I think it would be TCU and Michigan in the national title game. And wait, who did I say? Did I say Georgia or TCU? Fuck. I also don't remember things very well. So whatever I said is going to be them versus Michigan in the title game, and it'll be one hell of a game. Anyway, there's no other things to talk about in terms of that section of football. World Cup was on. Apparently USA plays tomorrow. I have not watched. I watched some of it. I haven't watched all of it. Don't really care. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got. Yeah. I'll see you tomorrow.